Church Guy Sports Show. Yo, welcome to the show where the faith meets the court. Church guys repping hard, yeah, we live for the sport. From the pulpit to the bleachers, the word we endorse. Dropping dimes, preaching truth, keeping God as the source. We breaking down the play, stats, facts, and the story. Sunday to game day, all for his glory. Talking hoops, talking fields, every touchdown is shot. But we never lose sight of the faith that we got is fellowship, fire. Passion in the zone, Church Guy Sports Show. Yeah, you know we at home. Turn the volume up loud, let the good vibes flow. This is more than just a game, it's the way that we grow. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guy Sports Show. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guy Sports Show. From the locker room talk to the pews on a Sunday, we call the plays right, kingdom business on Monday. Faith on the field, spirit driving the grind. Every headline we drop got the word intertwined. We repping every team, but the banner is Christ. Breaking huddles with the gospel, yeah, we living it right. From the Knicks to the league, every stat, every score, we gon' praise, analyze, then we give God more. So tune in, locked in, let the truth be shown. Church Guy Sports Show, man, the vibe's full grown. It's the faith in the game and a powerful blend. From the tip off to the buzzer, we gon' ride to the end. Huh? The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guy Sports Show. The Church Guys.
What up? What up? What's going on? We're here. You're there. Church Guy Sports Show, April 30th, 2026 for game number 6, Eastern Conference first round, New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks. It wasn't even close. I told the fellas in the chat earlier, I don't even have the words to describe what I saw in this game tonight. This was the most dominant effort that I've ever seen the Knicks put on in my lifetime. And again, I've been watching this team for 42 years. This was absolutely, positively B2A. Somebody tell y'all in the comments what that means in case you don't know. 140 to 89. Yes, Sam, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in a second. 140. You heard me right. 140 to 89. And we've been saying it pretty much since game 4. Well, we said it before the series that the Knicks were clearly the better team. And because the Knicks were the better team, we expected more out of the Knicks going into this series. Yes, Gerard, absolutely an amazing performance tonight. Shelly, yes. Hey, orange and blue skies. I'm flat. Shelly, I told the fellas in our chat, I did not have the words. I did not have the words as I was watching this. Bucky, you already know. B to A. Pierre, the Knicks were always, yeah, absolutely. The past 3 games, they were absolutely dominant, and it just got better as we went along. And Dre, yeah, great win. You're absolutely right, Dre. That's how you close out a series. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You let this team know because the Hawks were home, the crowd was loud to start the game, and the Knicks said, bump all of that. Y'all are not in our class. Y'all are not in our league yet. Y'all cute. Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all growing. Y'all young. But you're not here yet. And it takes a certain kind of mentality in order to get the Tiff. Yo, I ain't got the words, bro. I ain't got the words. Dre said, I hope my Lakers do that tomorrow. We'll see. They need to just go ahead and put Houston out of their misery. Because Houston, like I said earlier, I said on Keisha's post earlier, I really do feel like Kevin Durant is trying to tank the Houston Rockets playoff run. You know me and my screaming, as you should be. Tiff, I just sat there quiet. I just sat there quiet, just looking at it like, this is unreal. Again, I've been a Knicks fan my entire life. I've never seen this level of dominance from my basketball team on both sides of the ball. The Knicks were relentless tonight. They were absolutely relentless on both sides of the ball. Now, that's huge for you, Dre. You got nothing negative to say? That's huge. All by itself. That's huge. That Dre has absolutely nothing to say. Yep, the Hawks are gone, Sam. They're gone. Bishop Heflin, my brother, what's going on? What's going on? How are you? Y'all get in here, get in this chat. Talk to me while I wait for the fellas to come on in to this post-game show. Yeah, it was Dre. I don't have the words. I ain't got the words. I have never, 42 years as a Knicks fan, I saw every game during the 94 finals run. I saw the Patrick missed finger roll. I saw 99 where we were good, but we got hurt. And LJ was on one leg with a bad back. Patrick was out. I was there for all of it, through the mellow years, through the tank years. Link not working. I got you, bro. Let me get you a new link. I got you. The link should be working, but I'm going to fix that for you right now. Y'all bear with me a second. I got to let my brothers in. I ain't got no words. I legit don't have no words. I legit don't have no words. All right, fellas, new link. Y'all should be able to get it on that one. I just put it in the group. Y'all get in here, because, yeah, Dre, they were... Y'all see I keep stopping, and I'm a preacher. I'm very rarely speechless. I am speechless tonight. Oh, that's what's up, Bishop Heflin. That's what's up, coach of baseball and football. Dre, what did Dre say? Now, this is the team I predicted to take the East. You right. Dre, like, real talk. This is the team that was supposed to win the Eastern Conference. This is the team right here. This is that team. Shelly, trying to see how Bishop Butler coming. He coming. He'll be here in a minute. Here they come right now. The fellas are here. We welcome in J-Mac. We welcome in Bishop L. Y'all talk. I ain't got no words.
The Atlanta Hawks look like a team that should have never got 2 wins on us. Period.
No, I got one better for you than that, L. We look like the team that should not have allowed Atlanta to get 2 wins on us.
You in one file.
Thank you.
But as J-Mac said, listen, those games are over. We can't replay them. They did what needed to be done tonight. They left no doubt from the opening tip. They left no doubt.
They closed this series in the they had it. It was done in the second quarter. It was definitely done in the third quarter.
Yo, Mike Breen was like, you never want to say a game is over in the first quarter, but this game was over in the first quarter.
They had us
40 to 15 at the end of one.
They had us non-zip. They went on, and then we went on a 30-something to 2 run.
51-9 over 2 quarters.
Insane. Insane. That's how you close
Right,
out a
Kev.
series.
The Mike
And from
Sweeten and Clear Anthony early years. Yes, we went through all of this. 42 years of watching this team. I have never seen a performance more dominant than tonight.
the looks of it,
Never.
it looks like Philly's about to push this to 7.
Yep, Philly was up 15 last I checked. Looks like that's happening. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Pierre. The Sixers are back up by 22 in that game. So game 7 in that series will be Saturday, which gives the Knicks off at least till Tuesday.
Yeah. I love it.
Now wait,
That's how you close it out.
listen, Dre. These two
That's how you
bishops
close it
that
out.
I'm on here with, I'm the only one
He's
that
coming
get to
up.
sit still.
Does
They,
he?
they
You good?
always travel.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I went
These
to
are
the
the
dentist
most.
earlier. And
These
I-
two. One is a
Okay.
presider.
Okay.
Say no more.
Yeah. And she don't know the car though.
Oh, okay.
Dre. Yes, these are the two most traveling bishops I know. They got these guys lead fellowships. So
Hey. You're not supposed to say that out loud. Don't say that out loud.
Okay, the guy in the middle. The guy in the middle leads a fellowship.
There you go. There you go.
The
There
other
you go.
guy is one of the most itinerant middle-aged preachers out here. I can't really call him young no more. He over 50. But he's one of the most itinerant middle-aged preachers there is out
He's
here.
got an AARP card.
He got an AARP card. He got gray in his beard and his head is bald now. But he's still one of the most sought-after preachers that we have in our generation. So between these two guys, they always traveling. So that's nothing new. That's nothing new.
Praise God.
Listen, I'm not gonna call them bums, Duracell, but Atlanta's
not
not
bums.
a bad team. That's not
They're
a
not
bad
bums.
team over there. They're just
They're
not
not
better than
bums.
us, and we knew
They-
that from the beginning.
They found a way to get 2 wins out of us, or we found a way to give them 2 wins, or
Oh, I'm waiting for Hendrickson to come on the live, Duracell. You already know. I'm waiting for Hendrickson to pop
Wait.
over here.
they found a way to get 2 wins out of us, or we found a way to give them 2 wins, or Vegas
John
found a
David
way,
Wright.
or Vegas found a way to push this series to 6.
The league needed 6 games. The league needed 6 games.
I mean, look at all the rest of the series. All of them at 6.
Except for OKC, the darlings of the league, the Cinderella of the league. But that pumpkin is about to that clock about to strike 12, and the pumpkin's coming.
Can I before Davey speaks, I just want to ask Davey, do you think Tom Thibodeau would have got a 60-point blowout at a closeout game?
No.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this.
But
Do you
I don't
think-
think.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Do you think Tom Thibodeau would have went to the bench as early as he did in this game?
Up by 60?
By the way, the Knick bench
Yeah.
played the final 14 and a half minutes. The last
He
two and
could
a
have
half
put the
minutes of the
cheerleaders in
third,
at this point.
and the entire fourth was the Knick bench. By the way,
I'm telling you right now, Tom Thibodeau would have had Jalen Brunson in there while we was up 60 points.
No.
Let the game tell you what to do.
No. Could have put
Dre
the
said-
cheerleaders in at that point.
El Dre said middle age. Nah, he pops now. He is a pop though. He is. That is true. He is a pop.
Her birthday is in a few hours. She'd be 6 years old.
This man got a 6-year-old granddaughter, y'all. What'd you say, J Mac? I missed it.
Wow.
I ain't got the words, y'all.
2026.
Dre said, Davy in these shades.
How's
Listen,
Pastor
our
Hope getting
future's
home?
so bright
How's Pastor
that
Hope getting home?
that Superintendent Wright gotta wear shades. Because this is the team. I'll put it this way. And again, I'm not jumping out the window, but I'm going to say this. The last 3 games, the Knicks have shown
You all
the
right?
team that the rest of the league has to be afraid of.
I know that's right.
Has to be.
How you doing? She good. We're here.
Oh, okay.
No one can take the Knicks for granted going forward if they're playing like this.
Yeah.
No one.
Where's she going? She
Bishop
And
Woodall
this
wants
is
the
how we
mercy
should have
rule.
been playing. This is how we should have been playing from game 1.
I have a question from Bishop J. Mack, who is on. For you, Pastor Wright. Under Tom Thibodeau,
Of course.
did Cat ever have a triple-double?
No, he didn't. But Julius Randle had 8. So what Mike Brown is doing, he's taking the page out of Thibodeau's book, using Randle,
Are you
using
serious?
Cat.
Are you serious?
Thibodeau was using Randle.
Is that? Are you serious with that? No, Dave. No. I love you, Dave, but no.
But Cat was playing some defense tonight. I give him that. They got Cat playing defense.
Cat has been playing defense this entire series.
That man.
Karl-Anthony
Absolutely.
Towns has been an excellent defender all series long. Right, Dre. So wait. So now it's the coach. Listen, this team tonight. Let me go by the numbers. Wait, Woodall, what did you say, Bishop Woodall? Davey, they found something. Run the offense through Cat. It works. It absolutely works.
That's it.
Listen. I know, Dre. You think you're the drinks. You think you're the jinx, Dre Watson. He said I didn't watch the game and we won the series. Yeah, you said whenever you turn on the games, we lose. So thank you for not watching. I appreciate it.
And it looked like Philly gonna win tonight. It looked like Philly about to beat the Celtics.
Philly's about to beat the Celtics. Philly by 23, 10-24 to go in the 4th. That series is headed for a 7th game.
That's going to game 7.
That hit series is headed for a 7th game, which means we are going. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna talk about this, and I know J Mac is traveling, so he can, because I know he wants to talk about this. Mitch and Dyson Daniels tonight, and you know what? Let's just go there. I'll get to the numbers in a second. The officials got that wrong. They completely got that wrong.
He elbowed him straight in his ribs. He elbowed that man.
And it was a hard elbow. Like he leaned back, he reared back and threw his elbow into him. And notice, Mitch didn't punch him in the face. Mitch just turned and grabbed him and looked at him like, "What you doing?" And
Right.
Dyson started talking crazy, which of course made Mitch like, "Okay, now I gotta beat your behind." So that was one of those things where give them double technicals and let's play. Nobody threw any punches. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got thrown to the floor. Well, the ref did. The ref got hurt. But I mean,
That's why I'm saying where objections come from.
the officials looked at the monitors and said, "Yeah, Pia, they looked at the monitors and still got it wrong. Double technicals and let's play on." But you're going to throw Mitch out of the game. You're going to throw Dyson Daniels out of the game. Now, if you want to throw Dyson Daniels out for being an instigator, I'll live with that. And I'm not saying that as a Knicks fan, but he really did instigate it.
Yeah.
That was a non-basketball play. He put his elbow in their ribs. But Mitch didn't throw a punch. He grabbed him and held him. Yes, Dre Watson. The Celtics are on the verge of losing tonight. They are down 20 right now with 8:52 to go. I'm tracking that game as well. The officials looked at the monitors, got it wrong. No, Overseer Bullard, Brown is running the offense through Cat like he did with Sabonis in Sacramento. It's working. And we said it last game. This offense with running it through Cat, the Knicks showed that offense is unstoppable running the offense through Cat.
Unstoppable.
Cat in that Joker role, it's unstoppable.
Yeah. And
At
it
the end of
worked
the day,
even better when Bridges is hitting his shot.
That's why we got to get to the numbers. We definitely got to get to the numbers. But I got to welcome in Overseer Jason Hendrickson. Jalen Brunson is a thug. He attacked Lil Boosie. No, he didn't. Stop your nonsense. He did fall on Boosie. That was very funny. And Boosie laid on the floor like he had been shot. That was actually very funny. But that's all that they could do tonight because his team had been shot. The Hawks got shot tonight. The Hawks got shot tonight. I mean, it was just bad. But Hendrickson, you better get on over there and pray. Okay, 8:11 to go. The Celtics have cut it to 17. Still a lot of time left in that game. Still a lot of time left in that game. But D-Lo, I told you in our chat that Atlanta was going to do that. I mean, but that happened in the second quarter, though. So that was still very early. You know, what Dyson Daniels did, I know there was a lot of frustration. They were, at that point, yes, they was getting beat to aid. It was happening. That belt to tail was happening. It was over at that point. But agreed, Pierre, that was the textbook definition of high frustration. That is a young player who, again, who's never been here before. And you don't know what a closeout game looks like. I know y'all felt good. Okay, yeah, we played them tough. We're coming home. All of this wonderful stuff that I'm sure they felt going into this game. But that's a veteran playoff-tested team on the other side who in the closeout game of Game 6 last year against Boston did the same thing to Boston. Did y'all forget that? Not y'all. I mean, the league and people watching it. Did y'all forget that the Knicks did the same thing to Boston in the closeout game last year? They put belt to tail.
Blew them out.
This is not the Knicks teams of old. When I will say that about this team, when they've got their foot on your neck, that's it. When they've got their foot on your neck, that's it. Keisha, yeah, we need to deal with you. I'm going to come back to you in a second. Welcome in, Keisha Carter. But we need to deal with you.
Get her.
We got to get you together. We got to get you together. Celtics loss would be great. I have so many Celtics fans rooting against the Knicks. Let them root. They can't root no more. We in the second round, bro. Cat is a better passer than Brunson. Oh, absolutely true. I mean, Cat has an advantage as a passer as well. Cat has an advantage because he's bigger than everybody. And because he's bigger than everybody, he can see over everybody.
He out there looking like Magic Johnson.
Yes, Keisha, you are late as usual. Yes, I saw Shaq do the funeral service at halftime. That was hilarious. That was absolute hilarity on behalf of Shaquille O'Neal. But by the numbers tonight, by the numbers, Boston cuts it to 14 with 7:44 to go. Boston won't go away. Y'all won't. I'm going to get you together, Keisha. You know I love you, but I got to get you together. I got to get you together because I love you. But let me continue with our post game here. OG Anunoby, 29 points, 11 of 14 from the floor. Mikal Bridges, 24 points, 10 of 12 from the floor. That means OG and Mikal together were 21 of 23 from the floor. 21 of 26 from the floor. Y'all need to worry about. Davey is not a sellout.
80%.
No, you won't be asleep. Stay up. 21 of 26 from Wingstop tonight.
80% from the field.
Jalen Brunson finished with 17 points, 6 of 12, solid. 8 assists for him tonight. And once again, Karl Anthony Towns with another triple-double. 12 points, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists for the Big Cat. What a showing by the New York Knicks tonight. Davey is frozen. I don't know what happened to him. J Max screen is black. I'm not sure what's going on with that as well. I know Ella's moving around, but it all five Knicks starters in double figures tonight. Nick bench was strong again as usual. Mitchell Robinson only played 9 minutes, but he had 6 points and 3 rebounds in his 9 minutes. Another satisfactory, strong game, right, Pierre? No turnovers for Brunson. Of course, we have to mention that 8 assists. I just wow. So Keisha, so it was brought to my attention. I didn't see the post, but it was brought to my attention, my sister, that you said that the Knicks shouldn't have taken this long for adjustments. Adjustments have to happen during the course of a season. Adjustments also have to happen during the course of a playoff series. A playoff series is a chess match. There are going to be constant adjustments, constant changes, constant switches, constant different things that are going to go on. That's what's going to happen. So you being a ball player know better than that, Keish. Or at least I expect you to. Adjustments are a part of the game. Adjustments are going to happen. Well, that's what I was told. What did you actually say? Because that's what I was told you said. I didn't see. I will admit I didn't see it. But I did tell the fellas I will address it on the post-game show. So you tell me what you said. Do you need to come on camera? Do I need to send you the link? You come on camera? I can't go back to it. I ain't got time. I'm in the middle of a show right now. So you can come on and you can repeat what you said. Yes, Pierre, Josh Hart was excellent tonight. Josh Hart was excellent tonight. The Knicks all around were just just absolutely devastating tonight. Well, you come on and give the context, Keisha. Help me out. If you were misquoted, I will happily hear what you have to say. You send it to you. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you, sis. I'm gonna send it to you. You say you stand here like you say you were misquoted. Let's see. We're gonna see if you was misquoted. Give me 1 second. But Mitchell Robinson getting thrown out of this game was absolutely a farcity, and it shouldn't have happened. It absolutely should not have happened. And I'm still pissed about it, to be honest with you. I'm still pissed about it. Keisha, I sent it to you. Butler said my sister's a troll. Bishop Widow said Keisha plays ball. Yes. What you think she's 6 feet tall for nothing? Sir. You're going to be 6 feet tall as a woman. You better play some basketball. Come on, Keisha. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. I sent you the link. The only thing that Mitch did that I didn't like was continue to follow Daniels. And I agree. He got caught up in it for a moment. But, Dyson Daniels, I think what it is with Mitch is he has a little PTSD, Pierre, from 2 years ago. Because remember, it was Embiid's dirty play 2 years ago that caused Mitch to be out with that ankle injury for all of this time that we're still managing all these years later. So I can understand that. As my sister Keisha Carter joins us
Yeah,
on
I
the
literally
show.
got me on this show with my hair tied on, about to go to bed.
Well,
But I'm
listen,
making my
you you
grand
you you,
entrance
you get
right
online.
now.
You get online talking smack. You gotta
Because
come to the
and
front of the
you
class. You know
know
how
when
this go.
Keisha talks
You
junk,
gotta come
I
to the front of the
stand
class.
10 toes down on what I said.
All right, you in the front of the class. Let's hear you.
First and foremost, Bishop McCann, he came on the post and said, these are the adjustments. I made a post, and I think I gotta go back and actually say what I said, but I made a post about, I think it was about Brunson.
You might be right about that, L. He said, "I'm glad Mitch got thrown out. He might have been the one to get hurt."
Yeah, because he definitely was hopping on that one ankle. I think it was his ankle. Was it his ankle or his knee
It was it was
that he
it was
injured?
it was his ankle. It
Oh
was his
no,
ankle.
y'all
Yeah,
don't need that to
he was
happen.
hobbling for a second, but he came back in the game because he hobbled, and that was in the first quarter that happened. And then he's back. Yes, J Mac is back. All right,
But sometimes you got to be really careful about that because I know as a ball player, when I hurt my ankle, I really didn't feel it until I took my sneaker off.
true, because
Which
you tie it tighter
sometimes,
and you get through it.
yeah, which sometimes they always recommend not to take the sneaker off so soon because the swelling gets really worse. But anyway, Bishop McCann came on my post, Mr. Bishop McCann. Ain't nobody asked for him, call him, nothing. He wanna come on my
You lucky
post.
he can't respond right now. He traveling.
He wanna no, cause I've been waiting for him too. He been
Oh,
talking. I've
oh,
been waiting for him too. He been talking junk
oh,
on
J Mac. I
Davies
wish you
post.
could come off
He
mute. I
he
wish
been
you
talking
could.
junk on Davies post, and I be backing him up. It's been me and him against Davy. But then all of a sudden, he want to just take himself over here to Keisha Carter's page and want to talk junk on my page. And he mentioned something about adjustments. And I said, Bishop McKinnon, this what you mean about adjustments? And I said defense. I talked about defense. That's what I said. I said, I think the Knicks finally got it. And I said defense. He comes and says adjustments. And I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that it takes so long for people to get to play defense? That's what the adjustments were? Defense?
But see, Keisha, the adjustment wasn't defense because the Knicks
Okay, so that's
defense.
my point. That's my point. That's my point. I'm talking about defense. Bishop McCann came on my page and said adjustments. So what he talking about?
Yeah, I see Bishop Woodall. Philly is back up 20. As we get down to the nitty gritty, it is crunch time in that ball game. The final 4-10, Philly by 18 right now. With 4:10 to go, it looks like we're gonna get a game 7.
Oh, I knew they was gonna go to game 7.
Listen,
I
I'm a
knew,
Knicks fan. I'm happy for it. Let them beat the tar out of each
but
other.
I no,
I am
but
here
actually,
for it.
D'Lo, I ain't gonna hold you. Me, I'm really looking forward for y'all to play Boston though.
I don't care who we get. I don't have this whole thing is we want this one, we want that one. At the way the Knicks played tonight, bring on anybody. If they gonna play
Thank you,
like
Mr.
this,
Whittle. You
if
see
they
what
gonna
I was
play like
talking about?
this, bring on anybody.
D'Lo, say sorry. Say sorry right now. Say sorry.
I don't have to say sorry. I'm not. I was responding based upon the information
You
I was
should have
given.
confronted the source. Ask the source.
I listen. I trust J Mac. So if he tells me that you was acting up, I believe him.
Bishop J. Mack thinks everybody acting up. What's new? He went on Facebook and went on a rant saying that he's about to give up his whole team because he was so mad that everybody was upset about Brunson. But I can't blame people for feeling some type of way about Brunson. It is what
Listen,
it is.
but Bishop Woodall, she said the Knicks finally got it defense. Okay,
That's what
so
I said.
but the Knicks issue has not been defense in this series. The Knicks issue has not been defense the entire season. The Knicks issue has been effort. That's been the Knicks issue. The Knicks defense has been. Bishop Heffler says stay off his bishop. You know he under Bishop McCann. You better stay. You better stop because these bishops will start praying against you. Cut it
They
out.
must not know.
3:31 to go. Philly lead has been cut back to
So
15, but I don't think it's enough time for them to get this game.
no, but D'Lo, I honestly feel like that made a major difference though. Yesterday's game, not yesterday game, yeah,
Tuesday.
the Tuesday's
Tuesday.
game, the get Tuesday game, and this game that made a difference. Y'all stopped CJ with that defense. There was no way he had
We
what
shut
7 points.
we shut everybody down over the last couple of games.
Defense, whatever defense, it
See,
worked.
CJ McCollum tonight, 11 points, 4 of 13 shooting.
What I'm talking about. He had 7 points on the fifth game, didn't he?
He had 6 points in game 4.
Even 1 point. See?
He had 6 points in game 4.
And
Jalen
y'all
Johnson
already
had
know.
21 for the Hawks tonight, but he was just it. Nikhil Alexander Walker, T Mouche as I affectionately call him. That's Shay's cousin, y'all. That's why I call him T Mouche.
Oh.
Nikhil Alexander Walker, 11 points. tonight. We shut the Hawks down.
I'm
Jonathan
I'm
Kaminga, 11
telling you.
points.
I am
They just
telling
got
you.
shut down.
That defense, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but for the Knicks defense, and you know this, you play the game. Defense is all about effort. Anybody can be a solid defender if they are effort.
But you know what, Bishop, I don't even call you Bishop, but I just call you that because I'm thinking Bishop McCain because I want to speak
I
to him
mean,
so bad.
I
I
am a
want to be.
bishop. You know,
I want. I know. Don't. I know that,
you
but I'll
have
never
seen
call
me
you
in the
Bishop.
magenta. It's
I did. I did.
the
All
ring,
my
the
brothers
cross,
are
all of that.
bishops.
You know,
All my brothers are bishop except Davy. I don't know what Davy is every now and then,
he's
but
a
we just gonna
superintendent.
respect. I don't know, but yeah, he is the superintendent, karate director, all that. But
I'm about
my
to say
point,
he in your organization. You should know what he
yeah,
is.
he is.
He
Yeah,
in your
he is.
jurisdiction.
Yeah, he is. He
This is
is.
terrible.
Yeah, he
Just
is.
terrible, Keisha.
Totally forgot
Terrible.
about that. I totally
Terrible.
forgot about that. How did I forget about that?
He is in your He is literally in your jurisdiction. This is.
Yeah.
You ought to be
Somebody
ashamed of
said they
yourself.
had CJ looking like Bronny. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What all said that? Okay,
Wait a minute.
so Bishop McCants, he can't talk out loud, but he said so they did just adjust defensively. Still an adjustment.
I don't look at that as an adjustment. That to me, I
It is
don't
an
look at
adjustment
that.
because they had to adjust their attitude because defense is
Okay,
about
so if you
intensity.
want to go off of that, then
Defense is
okay,
about
fine.
effort. So I mean it. So I'll say both things are true. It was an adjustment, but it wasn't a systematic adjustment.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't a scheming adjustment. It was turn up the effort out here. Because if we turn up the effort, nobody's going to be able to get by us.
And
And that's
it
what happened.
works. It
It
works.
it absolutely works.
It
When the
works.
Knicks are engaged, but Brown, honestly, Brown has been saying it all season long. He says when we're engaged defensively, there's nobody that can score on us.
D-
And that's true.
D-Lo, did y'all really have to go in there and tear them, tell that,
Yes,
tear up
yes.
the Hawks like
That
that?
yes, L. True. Again. It started with that intensity and effort. It's like I've been teaching my church because I've been doing a series called "In Spirit and in Truth" for Bible study, teaching about the effects of worship and having a true worship life. And how worship is about engagement, and how if you come intentionally, it changes your whole perspective. Because how many times do we go on to services, and we've all done it at different points, where we went to a church, we didn't engage, and then we have the audacity to say that we didn't get nothing out of the worship, or we didn't feel it. Well, we didn't lean in. That's on us.
Absolutely.
But if
What are you coming there to get from? Yes.
if I go with my mind focus, my
Yeah.
body is going to follow.
Yep.
So it started with a mental adjustment by the Knicks as a team to like, let's go in here and put our foot on these cats' necks. And that mental adjustment flowed into the body. And they played on a different, yes, L, that defense was intentional.
Very much so.
J Mac said, I guess Hendrickson needs a prayer service. Well, he about to need one for that game 7 that's coming. 12-point game, 156 to go in the fourth quarter in Philly. Boston's
don't
trying
got
to make a
power.
run.
He don't got power.
When is CJ's contract up? I'm not sure. I'd have to check CJ McCollum's contract. But yeah, that's definitely happening. Oh yeah, that rookie from Philly, VJ Edgecombe, is a problem.
Yeah, he is a problem. They thought he was going to get Rookie of the Year, but I knew who was going to get it, but he ain't end up getting it.
VJ Edgecombe is an absolute problem.
Yeah,
He's an absolute problem.
he's a beast. But you know what's killing them? MD. They didn't think MD was going to come back.
There's J Mac. There he is.
You wait till you get off of your plane, your bus, wherever you at. You just wait. You wait.
He said.
You wait.
He said, "You wait."
You wait. Wait
Oh,
till
Lord.
Tuesday. Wait till next Tuesday.
Yeah, because that'll more than likely be game 1, since we are going to get a 7th game in that first round series between Boston and Philly. Listen, again, the deck was stacked in the Knicks' favor again. It really would.
Oh, Maxie got hit.
Duke boys should have shared that Rookie of the Year award. Yeah. 14-point
Ooh.
lead, 114 to go. Yeah, that's happened.
Did Maxie get up? Did you see him get up, D-Lo?
No, I turned away from it. I put on the
Oh,
Knicks
I'm
post game
sorry.
because
Okay,
Cat was
never
talking.
mind.
Um, the Knicks burned the building down tonight. Yes, L. They
Yeah, they
absolutely did.
did. Yeah, they
Burn.
did,
They
Butler.
burn. They burned
They really
down.
they send a message. They really made a statement. It's sad that half of the half everybody was leaving. They was leaving after the second half. That's
Listen, did
sad.
you hear in the second half? It sounded like the Garden.
It's you know ATL is in mini New York. It's half of Brooklyn and Queens is down there.
Well, can J Mac said, "Can we stop the Tibbs talk now?" It's not us, J Mac. Y'all, it's your boy Dave who's gone. But Dave's phone froze up on him. But that's Dave with the Tibbs talk. You know, we all been off Tibbs forever. You
Did
know,
he
we all
come
been off
on and
Tibbs
talk
forever.
about Tibbs after this game? I know he didn't.
No. Oh, they pulled him out the L. Bishop Woodall. I didn't see the play.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So again, it's real chippy now in these games. You know.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay,
It's
he's
up.
okay. Bishop Woodall say he's okay. All right, good,
Oh,
good,
okay, okay.
good.
We
As
ain't
long
know.
as he's
Okay,
okay.
cool. Yeah, as
Yeah, I
long
don't
as
want
you
Maxey
okay.
to get hurt,
Yeah,
especially at the
no.
hands of the Celtics. You know.
Yeah.
So, how about the New York? Yo, listen, I keep telling everybody, my brother Victor George Smith, what's going on, brother? What's going on?
Yeah, I would like to hear from him too.
Did you
What he
see
got
the
to say.
boots to bottoms that went on down in Atlanta? Night, as we know, MSG South is the whole 95 corridor from New York down. So from Philly down, it's all New York. It's all New York South. It's all MSG South from Philly all the way down. And tonight, Atlanta's arena sounded like the Garden in the second half because
It's the mini New York. Wait, Tatum didn't play tonight?
yeah, Tatum played tonight. Of course he did.
Oh,
Tatum played tonight.
I really want y'all to play Boston so bad.
Oh, good. They gave Harper a tech. He should have gotten a tech. I mean, you pulling people out the air. That's not okay. Vic called them the OKC Knicks.
Because they definitely
Listen,
woke up in there and they
it was that
dominated.
type of effort tonight. That was what OKC was doing to everybody last year.
They dominated. And I think y'all got the most points in playoff history or
The
something
the
like
the
that.
the biggest halftime lead
Lead.
in playoff history, the biggest lead after 3 quarters in playoff history. I don't know. I don't think this was the biggest margin of victory in playoff history. I have to check that. But Dave said to you, Keisha, no. I only brought up Tibbs if we don't go further than we did last year. J Mac, Dave. So David put in the comments, Jay, that he said he only brought up Tibbs if we don't go further than we did last year.
Davey, you're a liar.
Dang.
That's what I would say. You're a liar. You have been doing so many Facebook lives about this whole situation with Brown. Me and Bishop McCann don't want to hear it. We don't want to
15
hear
point
it.
lead, with 43 seconds to go. I'm sorry, 13-point lead. Boston just hit a two. 13-point lead, 43 seconds to go. There will be a game 7 on Saturday. There will be a game 7 back in Boston. Winner take all. Boston against Philly. And can I be honest with you? My money's on Philly.
No, I want Boston. I ain't gonna hold you.
My money's on Philly though.
I don't want y'all to play Philly.
I don't care who we play because no matter who we go up against, if we play like this, they're not beating us. So it don't even matter at this point.
Wait a
Nah,
minute.
if we play, Keisha, did you watch this entire game tonight? If
This
the Knicks-
one game. One game. D-Lo, you taught me this. One game.
But it's not. But it's not a one game. This is not the NCAA tournament though. It's not win or go home. It's a 7-game series. If the Knicks play like this for 4 games, who's beating them?
But I do remember previously on another show, I do remember y'all was a little concerned with facing Philly.
I mean, a healthy Philly is tough. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're not tough. I'm just saying
Okay.
that if the Knicks are playing at the level that they've shown the last 3 games of this series, nobody's beating them. And especially these last 2 games, they play at that intensity. Nobody's beating them. That defense swarming like that, especially against a team like Boston, forget it, because Boston lives and dies with the 3. They're not gonna beat the Knicks if they try to live and die
Yeah,
with the
they
three with
live
the
and
Knicks
die
playing
with the
like this.
three-pointer. Yeah, all they do is shoot threes.
J Mac said that Davey put up a fake report that Brown is in the hot seat in the organization. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't even respond to it, J Mac. When he put that nonsense up, I said we're not doing that. Kyle Lowry got a standing ovation. Well deserved for Kyle Lowry. Well deserved. Detroit can't score. I'm not afraid of them. Not afraid of Detroit either. Detroit still has to get past Orlando tomorrow in
Detroit
Game
is
6.
going home.
Game 6 is in Orlando tomorrow night.
Detroit is going home.
I think Detroit's going home tomorrow too. I'm picking Orlando tomorrow. It's official. Tyrese Maxey 30 points. Paul George 23 lead Philly on a huge second half surge to push the Celtics to the brink.
Ooh,
Game 7.
Maxey got 30. Ooh.
Listen, they had to unleash Maxey. Remember, we were saying, I know J Mac, I wish J Mac could talk, but we've been saying Maxey has not had a Maxey game this entire series. We were waiting for this.
I think the last game was pretty good. Not the last game.
No, you're talking about game 3.
Yes.
You're talking about game 3. He had a big game, but this was a Maxey game tonight. This was a Tyrese Maxey. Oh my God. Yes, Dave, we should be able to beat either of them. I totally agree with that. 100%. Pierre said to you, sis, they just played 3 consecutive games where the defense was stingy. Right. The Knicks defense is different right now. It's on a completely different level right now. And with this defense being on a different level, I mean, it's gonna be very difficult for any team. I don't care who you got.
Yeah,
on your
Pistons
team.
ain't making it. Detroit's not making it. I hope y'all know that. They're losing tomorrow.
Right, Dave. We won all 4 of our wins were by more than 10 points. That is true. Every one of our wins in the series was by more than. We won by 12 in game 1. We lost games 2 and 3 by 1 point. Then we won game 4 by 16. We won game 5 by 29, and we won game 6 by 51. So it has just gotten progressively worse.
I just hope that it carries through, though. That's my thing.
Me and you both, George, been saying it all year. Detroit can't shoot. And the only reason they were in last night's game is because the refs kept bailing out Cade. Paolo went for 45 last night.
How many points did Cade have?
Cade had 45. Cade had 45 last night. And they needed every single one of them.
Cade had 45.
And that's just it. Cade is not the kind of player that's going to give you 45 2 games in a row. He's great. Don't get me wrong. But Cade's not going to give you 45 2 games in a row.
No, but they're going home tomorrow for sure.
I believe that. And it's in Orlando. That Orlando's going out there smelling blood. OG.
Absolutely.
Q. Normally I would be, yeah, absolutely. But you wrong on this one. OG didn't come alive tonight.
He been alive the whole series.
OG was the MVP of this series for the Knicks.
What?
The Knicks don't win this series. Cue the prophet. The Knicks don't win this series without OG Anunoby.
Did they miss the whole series?
OG Anunoby was dominant this entire series. Yes, the Knicks, all 4 Knicks wins were by a combined total of 107 points. That's dominance.
I need somebody else to like since y'all pushed away Precious. So I got OG.
We didn't push away Precious.
Y'all pushed away my boy.
We didn't push away Precious.
I had a bad withdrawal. I was hurting.
Tibbs barely wanted to play Precious, and it's funny because they Precious was on a podcast last week, and he said Jalen Brunson is the most talented player he's ever played with. He said that. Those were he got to see it up close, so nobody can say that he lying.
Maybe a little touched. He may be a little.
No, not he a little touched. Listen. No, there is no denying Jalen Brunson's talent, Keisha. You cannot deny Jalen Brunson's talent.
I'm just not a big fan, but I would not deny his talent. You're absolutely right.
Does he get caught up in hero ball sometimes? Yes. Does he
and
try to do too much at
times? Though,
yes.
D-Lo. It be
all of that.
Times.
You're not wrong. I'm not disagreeing with you. You're not wrong. But Jalen Brunson is probably one of the most talented small guards that we've seen in a long time, and just in the way he plays the game and his IQ. The Knicks have been one of the top teams all season in both categories, offense and defense. Absolutely true, Pierre. They finished top 10 in both categories. They finished number 3 in offensive rating. They finished number 6 in defensive rating. Honestly, Cade, no, Cade can't do that again, Bishop Woodall. Cade, right? Cade may get you 25. I agree, but he's not. Cade's not putting up 45 again.
Bridges
He
showed up and had to
because
shut up
the
everybody who was
thing with
talking about
Cade
him.
is what makes Cade great is Cade is an efficient scorer. He's not a volume scorer. Like Jalen Brunson is a volume scorer. So Jalen Brunson can put up back-to-back 40-point games and not blink an eye. Because volume shooters do that. Jalen Brunson, listen, he's our lead guard, but he is a volume shooter. Jalen Brunson's gonna put up a lot of shots every game. That's not Cade Cunningham's makeup, though.
Dang, Magic City ain't gonna make no money tonight.
No, they're gonna make a lot of money tonight because Boosie and them is depressed. They gotta go get the strippers to cheer him up. So
Davey said to tell all the players of the Atlantic Hawks to leave their wives because their wife is gonna.
unbelievable.
That's
I'm
what he
not.
said.
I'm not. Nope. I'm not. I'm not dealing with David Wright today. I'm not doing it. I'm not. So Bishop McCants put in our private chat another crazy take by Keisha. She said that Alvarado and Kolick should start over Brunson.
I'll take them any day.
Over JB?
And I told you, D'Lo, it's only because of the fact that he makes me nervous.
He makes you
And
nervous. But don't get me wrong, I love Alvarado and Kolick. But if those are my three guards, Jalen Brunson has to start for me. I'm sorry.
I
They're
mean,
they are great off the bench, but there's no way you can, in good conscience, say that either of them. Now, if you want to start one of them alongside Jalen Brunson, you might have an argument there. But
I feel
there's no
I
way either of them start over Jalen
so
Brunson.
what?
No.
So wait, so who has a better ball handle, Kolick or JB?
I mean, Tyler Kolick is the only pure point. Well, no, we have Alvarado too. But for a long time, Kolick was the only pure point guard on the roster. So he better have a better handle than JB. That's his job. He's played point guard his entire life. That's his job. But being a floor general is about more than just having a handle.
I think for me, it's just because of the fact that I don't like we always talk about on the show all the time. I don't look at Jalen Brunson as a PG. I don't think we talk about this all the time. There's no PG in the NBA at all. I just
Not
don't
not
look at
starting, not
yeah,
starting, because there are bench PGs like we just talked about Kolick and
yeah,
Alvarado.
but not
They are
started, I
legit
guess.
point guards but they're not starters.
Okay,
The
so
the
we could
the,
take that.
the
But
starting point guard is a thing of the past. The starting pure point guard is a thing of the past in the NBA.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of JB. Bishop McCann is, which is the reason why he may throw that question in the chat. But I'm not a big fan of JB.
Dave Rice said Keisha wants us to trade JB for Cheerios.
You
No.
want to give up the whole team for Cheerios. What are you talking about?
Bishop McCann says Alvarado and Kolick are not starting guards, and I agree with him. They're not. They're
But how
good.
can you? But
They're good here for a spot start here and there, but over an 82 game season, no.
here's the thing. Bishop McCann's argument he says something about as far as size goes, but I don't want to say size because Jalen Brunson is not that tall either for a guard. He's not that tall either. So why are we comparing sizes between, um, what's his name, Alvarado, what's his name, and Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brunson is not that big of a size either as a
Oh,
guard to
no.
me.
Jalen Brunson is not a big guard at all. He's six
Right,
two.
correct. That's what I'm saying. So Bishop McCann's argument was because, well, because of the size difference. No,
Well,
I don't think it has anything to really do
He
with
is
that.
bigger than Alvarado. The biggest guard they have is Tyler. That as far as the point guard position is Tyler Kolick. Tyler Kolick is 6'4". So he's the biggest guard that they have at that position is Kolick because Kolick is 6'4".
D'Lo,
Yep.
I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and say this. I remember back when, couple of shows ago, when Tibbs gave Kolick a chance and Kolick was out there, we've seen a major difference for Kolick on. I like the way he moves the ball around. I like his ball handle. I like the way he moves his ball around. I'm not a big fan. I feel like sometimes people only glorify JB because the points that he puts up and because he's a hero. But I don't look at him in that way. I don't I don't know.
Well, because you don't really watch Jalen Brunson's game. And so being someone who has had now the opportunity to watch Jalen Brunson for the last actually more than that, because I watched him at Villanova. But I really started watching him in the playoffs the year before he came to the Knicks when he was still in Dallas. And I watched him dominate Spider Mitchell when Luka went down with that injury and he had to start starting, I watched JB dominate that series in Dallas over Spider, who was supposed to be so much better than him. And that's when I said, okay, things are a little bit different out here. So with that following summer, when everybody was all pissed off because the Knicks' big signing was Jalen Brunson, everybody's like, all of this going on, and the Knicks signed Jalen Brunson. If you remember back then, that summer, J Mac remembers because we had started doing this show. I was quiet because I'm like, Jalen Brunson's gonna surprise everybody, and he did. Because I always saw that this type of player was in him.
Oh, so from your standpoint, I can understand, but for me, I haven't been following him since Villanova. I haven't been following him that in that much depth, so it doesn't bother me. But I mean, for as far as the Knicks,
This is a guy who
yes,
was a national player of the year.
that's fine, D'Lo. But just like they said, it's okay to not have a favorite, and he's not one of my favorites on the Knicks. I just don't. I'm not too big on him as a player, but he's great talent. But he's not. I'm not too big on him.
Well, J Mac said something to tell you that I gotta agree with this wholeheartedly. It has nothing to do with him liking JB, or in my case, even me liking JB. JB has proven now for the last will now this year be his third year in a row when the teams are announced. He is an All NBA player, which means he is one of the top 15 players in the league. Like him or not, he, according to his peers, according to the coaches, according to the pundits, and even though the pundits kill him all the time, at the end of the year, he's on one of those three All NBA teams, which means he's one of the top 15 players in the entire National Basketball Association.
Oh, 15 is good because I can never put him in the top 10 for me.
Well, you would have had to put him in the top 10 last year because he was second team All NBA last year.
I'm thinking to myself as an all around like PJ or shooting guard, whatever you decide to call him. I don't feel like he's can even be in the top 10 for me.
Okay, I know we're in the era of positionless basketball, but based upon the guards that are here right now, J Mac, you can answer this in the chat as well. Name me 5 starting guards, not bona fide number twos, but bona fide lead guards, the guys who are considered to be point guards in this era. Name me 5 who are better than Jalen Brunson. Name me 5. I'll
Shay's
wait.
not better than Brunson.
Okay, Shay, 1. Okay, I'll give you Shay. That's not a problem. Go ahead.
Shay not better than Brunson. Anthony Edwards is not better than Brunson.
Anthony Edwards is a 2. He's
He's
not
a
a
two,
lead.
but then at the same time, he does play the era.
No,
He does play point.
he's not. But on his team, he is not considered a lead guard.
Luka's not
Remember,
better than Brunson.
they made Austin Reeves is the starting point guard in LA. Luka is really off the ball. But you know what? I'll be nice. I'll give you Luka 2. All right, 2.
You know why I would say Luka
Okay,
because
I'm
that
not.
transition that that wasn't always that transition. You know
That's
that,
what I said.
right?
That's why I said, okay, I'll give you Luka.
That's why I put
so you
that in
got
there.
Shea, you got Luka. You still need to name me 3 more who are starters. So you got 26 other teams that you got to think of that where their lead guard is better than Jalen Brunson.
You're gonna get mad if I say this one.
I'm not gonna get mad. It's your opinion. Now I might counter it with stats and facts, but be my guest.
See,
Now
that's the
I'm giving
thing.
you Shea and I'm giving you Luka because statistically they are better than Jalen Brunson. No argument. That's why I said your opinion versus the actual numbers. That's where things are gonna get a little
But
dicey
see,
in this
here's the thing
conversation.
that I'm trying to say though, D'Lo. I feel like those numbers count because he is a hero ball player.
The numbers do count, but that's my
He's a
point.
hero boy play, but there's not. But see, for me, it's like when people throw stats in there and they say, "Well, Keisha, he makes like 30 points a game." Yeah, because he's
But
always
but
a
Keisha,
hero ball player.
that's not
He never
the only
thinks about
stat.
anybody on the
That
court.
that's not true. That's not true. But I'll get to that in a
D'Lo,
second.
come on.
It's not true. It's not true. So give me 3 more.
Who I'm gonna think? Well, I can't. Mm, stats may not matter.
Stats do matter. That's why I said stats absolutely do matter. Not and stats are not just points. That's the key. Statistically, when I talk about stats, I'm not just talking about your point per game average, because as we know, you can be a high point per game average scorer and still not be a great all around player.
So we're not gonna say Maxi.
Nope, Tyrese Maxey is not better than Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Maxey is on par. Like, I would put Tyrese Maxey right behind Jalen Brunson. If I'm gonna put Jalen Brunson at 5, which if I give you my list, I do put Jalen Brunson right at number 5. In fact, I'll give you my list. I'm gonna give you Shea. I'm gonna give you Luka. I'm gonna give you, watch this. I'm gonna give you even Tyrese Halliburton. I'm gonna give you Cade Cunningham. And then there's Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Maxey is right behind Jalen Brunson. I'm just talking about lead guards. Just lead guards.
You push
Right, J Max said Maxey's not better than JB. He's not.
in what way?
Statistically, he's not better than Jalen Brunson.
Because y'all only talking about points.
No, I'm not. Are you listening to me, Keisha? I said points are not the only metric. I said it 3 times. Points are not the only metric. He averages more points than Maxey. He averages more assists than Maxey. He has a higher shooting percentage than Maxey. He has a higher free throw percentage than Maxey. He has a lower turnover rate than Maxey. The stats bear it out. That's why I'm saying the stats bear it out.
I don't think he has an order. I don't think he had an order.
I'm sure you were shocked to see Tyrese Halliburton on the list, but the reality is, Halliburton's numbers as a lead guard are fantastic.
No,
he doesn't
actually not.
now. No, he doesn't average more points than Brunson. No, but his assist to turnover ratio, his free throw shooting, those things are better than Brunson. So I gotta put him ahead of Brunson from a stat standpoint. But Brunson is number 5 as far as the top 5 league guards in the league, as far as I'm concerned. He is number 5.
So okay, I'll give you that. But when I was saying about 10 overall, I'm talking about overall in NBA history. I don't see him as like even being mentioned in my book, like a top 10.
I mean, no, he's not top 10 over. I mean, come on. You talk about overall NBA history. That's
what I was talking about.
We talking about in today's NBA.
But today's NBA,
we're not talking about top 10 overall. Please, I can name 10 guards that are better than Jalen Brunson before we even get to this era. but again, that's overall. I'm just talking about that are currently in the league right now.
Steph is one too. Steph is one.
Steph
but
is
he's
not
a
better
shooter.
than Jalen Brunson.
He's a
not
shooter
anymore.
guard.
No, he's a 1, but Steph is not better than Jalen. He's not better than Jalen Brunson anymore. 5 years ago, he was.
Come on, D-Lo. We can't do that.
He's
D-Lo,
not.
we can't do that.
Steph, at this point in his career, is a spot-up shooter. His volume has gone up, and his percentages have actually gone down.
Because he was injured.
No. Over the last 5 years,
D-Lo.
Steph has been on a steady decline for the last 5 years. And he's no longer top 10 in points anymore. So I can't put him ahead of JB anymore. Not anymore. At one point I could, yes. Now, no.
I'm adding Steph to my list.
I'm not taking a 37-year-old Steph Curry over a 28-year-old Jalen Brunson. I'm not doing that.
So now we're doing age.
No, I'm talking about where they are today, because that's what this list is based on.
But
today.
he was where they are. But that's what I'm saying. Injuries does matter because Steph was injured this year a lot.
Okay, he was injured. So if you want to use that logic, then Jalen Brunson is still better than Steph Curry because Steph Curry wasn't on the court. So if you're going to be fair, let's be fair. Fair enough.
Donovan Mitchell is better than
Nope, he is not.
JB?
He is not.
What about Harden?
Who?
What about Kawhi?
James Harden definitely ain't better than JB.
Kawhi is what position again?
Kawhi is a shooting guard. Is a small forward.
Okay. Ooh, I was way off. But you said Harden is not either?
No, James Harden is not better than Jalen Brunson. 10 years ago, maybe. Not now.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Steph. I'm still going to go with Steph. I'm going to go with Steph. I'm going to go with Maxey, and I'm going to go with Luka. and I'm gonna go with Shea. Then I'll
Okay.
put Jason, and then I'll give Brunson 5.
You still put him at 5, and that's what I said.
I'll just
He
put him there.
he and honestly, for the numbers, for the numbers, two of the people you pick don't have better numbers than Jalen Brunson. Justin, I'm praying for you, bro. I love you,
We
bro.
just had this conversation today. I
Justin
feel bad
Breeden
for him.
is a big Boston Celtics fan. I'll be praying
I
for
feel
you.
bad. I feel bad for you, Justin.
Right, Pierre, and no one on the roster is more clutch than Jalen Brunson. There are very
But
few
we
more.
know why. I need y'all to stop saying that, man. We know why. Because he's a
Why is
hero
that?
ball. He's a hero ball. D-Lo,
That
come
that
on.
that has being a hero baller does not make
Oh,
you clutch.
gosh. Yes, it
No,
does.
it doesn't. You have to make
Cause
the
you don't.
shots. Because
D-Lo.
there are people who play hero ball that don't make shots. You can play hero
D-Lo.
ball and not be clutch.
D-Lo.
Being
We
clutch means that you make more than you miss in
How
those
can
crunch
anybody
time
be a clutch
moments.
if you don't have the person who has the ball to pass the ball to be a clutch? He always wants to be hero ball. We talk about this on the show all
The
the
coach
time.
set it up for him to be that guy late in games. Everybody in the world knows that Jalen Brunson's going to get the ball late in a close game. You know why? Because the numbers bear it out that 60% of the time he's going to get a basket that's either going to tie or put the Knicks up in those situations. Again, the numbers bear that out. That is a
D-Lo.
stat. That's how he won that award last year. Because 60% of the time, with the game on the line, with the Knicks
D-Lo.
needing a basket, when Jalen shot it, he was more than 60% from the field in those moments.
So what happened
If
with
that's
game 2
not
and game
clutch, I
3?
don't know what is. Game 2, he didn't even get a shot off. That doesn't and again, 60% is not a 100%. Nobody said he makes it all the time, but 60% is clutch in the NBA. Michael Jordan, who is regarded by many as the greatest player of all time, did a whole commercial surrounding the fact that he said, I've taken over 900 shots in my life with the game on the line and missed most of them. But nobody says that Michael wasn't great.
Yeah, no,
Your
they just
greatness
talk
is your
about
ability to
LeBron.
raise your game in those moments. And Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, those guys don't raise their game in those moments. Luka, he's iffy in those moments. Maxey hasn't really had the opportunity to do it yet because the Sixers have been up and down. But you know who's been consistent the last 4 years doing it? Jalen Brunson. Hate him or love him, the numbers bear it out. Again, this is not opinion. I'm spitting straight numbers, sis. Straight
Well, yeah, I know
numbers.
that Jordan and Kobe was the same way.
Right. And they're regarded as two of the greats. Thank you, Bishop Widow. Bishop Widow said there are not 3 lead guards better. And he said there aren't even 3.
Oh,
And
he's
right,
crazy.
8 assists a game shows that he does share the ball well. Pierre says, no way is Tyrese better than Jalen Brunson. You're right, Pierre. Yeah, Tesla, this was a statement game. Overseer Kennard, she said Steph. Not at this point in his career, no. Donovan Mitchell, no. Jalen Brunson has owned Donovan Mitchell their entire careers. Going back to when Donovan was in Utah and JB was in Dallas. Jalen Brunson owns Donovan Mitchell. Ted said, rent him spoons. We give him soup, but we rent him spoons. That's still one of my favorite Martin episodes.
That really is.
Will always be.
That
Bishop
really
Woodall
is.
says his is Shea, Cade, and then Brunson. Okay. And that's a
No,
fair
that's
assessment.
cool. That's cool. That's a good assessment.
I still put Luka ahead of Cade, though. I still put Luka ahead of Cade. Cade is on the list, but I still put Luka ahead of Cade.
That's cool. I like that list.
No, Justin, Spider is not better than JB. The numbers bear it out. The numbers bear it out. Dylan Brooks tried to be a hero ball all season and wasn't. Exactly, in Phoenix. Dylan Brooks thought he was Kawhi.
That dude ended up becoming Dennis Rodman out there punching everybody in the face.
Dylan Brooks was shooting like he Kawhi. Like, nigga, what you doing? You got Devin Booker on your team. How you taking the last shot? What are you doing?
He just wanted to be.
Jordan and Kobe played hero ball too, sis. Yes,
Yes, they did.
but they just like Brunson are clutch. True. And Kobe was the biggest hero ball player ever.
He was. He
Yo,
was.
late in
He
the
was.
game, nobody was touching the ball but Kobe.
He was. But he said that though. He
Right.
actually said that.
Listen, he was that dude. That's
He
why
said
Mamba
that.
mentality.
He
Mamba
said that.
mentality.
But Jordan said that a couple of times too. But Kobe always wanted to, mirror
Kobe wanted to
Jordan.
emulate Jordan.
Yeah, he wanted to
Jam-
mirror Jordan.
Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is a good choice, but he's not better. He's not better. But Jamal
Nah,
Murray's not ahead of Maxey on my list. Jamal Murray's not
no.
even ahead of
I
Maxey.
would not even
Overseer
give Murray
Kennard.
that. Mm-mm. Nope.
Bishop Woodall said, "No, not Rodman."
No, he really was. He was beating up everybody because he was mad because he was getting air balls half the time. He was beating up everybody.
Listen, I mean, y'all put y'all top 5 lead guards again.
Yeah, I want to
Lead
know. We
guard.
want to know.
Some of y'all
Yeah,
put your list in the chat. We saw Bishop Woodall's. He has Brunson as 3 on his list. Again, fair. I mean,
that's fine.
and I'm a Knick fan, and like I said, I still put Luka ahead of JB, and JB is my lead guard. But you can't tell me there are 5 that are better than JB. You can't tell me that there are 5 better than JB. She said he out there punching people in the face.
Yes.
She did say that. Yes, she
Yes.
absolutely did say that. He out there
Yes.
punching. Yo, Dylan Brooks
Yes.
is weird, dude.
He's
Like
very weird.
he's
Just the way he
weird.
looks is weird.
Dylan Brooks is he's a weirdo.
Just the way he
Dylan
looks is
Dylan
weird.
Brooks is a true weirdo.
D'Lo, since me and you were here, because I think we're the only one who in agreements to this.
What's that?
What's KD doing?
I didn't want to talk about this on tonight's show, but I guess while y'all putting y'all list of the top 5 in there, I think that Kevin Durant is purposely tanking the Houston Rockets
I said the
postseason.
same thing, D'Lo, because it
I
happened right after that comment, didn't it?
and I am right. And I am not a conspiracy theorist, but that Jabari Smith said something stupid, and Katie said, "Cool, I'm not playing."
All of a sudden,
Katie said, "Cool," and this is after KD went out and played in Game 2
after
hurt. Katie said, "Oh, cool, that's how you feel? All right, I ain't playing. Go out and win it without me. Go ahead." Now, kudos to them. They have won 2 straight games, but I think they go home. Bishop Woodall, we trying to figure it out. He said, "Oh, is he really hurt? We trying to figure it
we're
out."
trying to figure it out, but me and D'Lo, we have our own little.
Bishop Woodall, whether or not Luka complains enough, but he does. He does complain a lot. This was it's all about stats. Oh, Bishop Woodall, you didn't see Jabari Smith? Jabari Smith made a comment after Game 2 about how KD is the leader, and they need KD to go out and do more and be that guy and all of this extra stuff, as if it's not a team game. So KD said, "Oh, word? Y'all trying to put it all on me?
Peace
I'm
out.
cool on this. I ain't playing."
See ya. See ya.
He said, "I'm cool on this. I ain't
I'm
playing.
peace out.
I'm gonna sit here." Katie, you going tonight? Nah, I'm hurt. All right, next
D'Lo.
game. Game 5. Katie, you playing tonight? Nah, I'm hurt.
No, I'm hurt.
Well,
And
Katie,
how?
we got a chance to tie the series. Nah, I'm still
No,
hurt.
no. And how is it that every time after the game we get an alert automatically? KD will be out on game 2.
Like,
KD will
dude,
be
like,
out
like
on.
it's not like my man is not even a game time decision at this point. My man has already decided I am not playing.
Like normally you'll wait it out, but he has been letting everybody know. No, game
Right.
4, KD not playing.
KD is not even a game time decision at this point. Yeah, Bishop. Wow, exactly. I said it as soon as Game 3 happened, and it said KD was out 2 days before the game. I said, "Oh, this dude is sitting out.
He
This
came
dude is
back and
protesting."
played, heard that comment, and said, "I got something for y'all."
You know him and Jabari Smith don't get along anyway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They got beef.
So that's why the shade was thrown. But that was wild that he said what he said on national TV though. That's pretty bold, D'Lo. This is what we doing in the locker room?
This is what we doing in the locker room. This is what we doing in the locker room.
I have, oh, hold on, D'Lo, read that one.
Yep. Pierre says I have SGA more of a 2 than a 1, but he's a 1 on that team. Luca, again, more of a 2 than a 1. True, but these are 1. Then Brunson third. Can't put Cade ahead of Brunson. Okay, can't put Maxey ahead. Okay, true. And those are your 5. Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. I only
That's
put
fair.
Cade ahead of JB because Cade, from a numbers standpoint, does average more assists than Brunson, and he does average more points. So he's responsible for more offensively. Now, his turnovers are a little high, and they are higher than Brunson's. That's true. But, Cade has to do more with a lot less in Detroit because there's no shooting on that team. There, at least JB got shooting around him. Cade don't got nobody.
True.
It's Cade Cunningham and everybody else, and they still managed to win 60 games.
And still managed to win.
So they didn't win, but they didn't win too much without Cade. They won because of Cade. So
And this is why
I gotta give
I
Cade
would,
his props.
and this is why I would not pick a Jamal Murray. Because look right now, 6 points. 6.
Listen, Denver is, and this is taking nothing away from Minnesota.
Look
But
all these
Minnesota does
turnovers.
not have Anthony Edwards, who is
Yeah.
the second best player. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Who is the best player in this series? And yes, I know Jokic is on Denver, but Jokic is a defensive liability. Ant Edwards plays both sides of the ball, so Ant is the best player in this series. There is no reason why Denver, who have both Murray and Jokic, should be down by 5 in the third quarter right now. There's no reason for that. And if they go home tonight, which I do think they will be going home,
You think
and
Denver's going home?
I think Denver's going home. I don't think Denver forces the 7th game because Denver has not been that. For all of Denver's accolades from winning the title a couple years ago, Denver is not consistent.
No, but we always said that a good matchup with them is Timberwolves. Though we always said that.
You're right, Pierre. Brunson did send Cade home last year. Absolutely true. But again, Cade didn't have nothing last year either. Cade had honestly, some people are going to think I'm crazy for this, but in my mind, Detroit was better last year than they are this year. In terms of personnel, that was a better team. They had more shooting last year than they have this year. Detroit had better. They're better defensively this year, yes, but they have more shooting last year.
Okay, now I got you. Okay, I got you.
They are better defensively this year,
I
but
got you.
they could score. They could actually score last year. There were other people beside Cade who could score. You had Dennis Schroeder, who carved up Toronto last night for Cleveland. You had Beasley, who when he wasn't gambling was making shots. Let me be nice, but
D'Lo.
I'm sorry. But they had more scoring last year. Yep, Brunson did send him home. You're absolutely right. Bishop Woodall says someone should have told Smith to chill. The last teammate that said something about KD during the offseason, he left the team. Yep.
He sure did. That was the Warriors.
Somebody go ask Draymond
That was the Warriors.
how he ruined the Warrior dynasty with his mouth. My
He
man
sure
said, that's
did.
why I'm leaving, as he was walking to the huddle.
He got his bottle and his blanket and bounced.
They did have better shooters last year, but JB. I mean, listen, you're right, but this is not. But this conversation right now, Pierre, is not about JB. It's about your top 5 lead guards. Top 5 lead
See,
guards.
that's why I can't deal with them. See,
We're Knick fans. You gotta.
yeah, man, emotional. Man, I can't.
And JB did send him home, but that doesn't change the fact that JB.
According to what my brother would say, stats matter.
Stats matter. They do. Listen, and that's
You
why
don't change your stats, Pierre.
And that's why when I do this, I do it impartially. I look at the game. Yes, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm always going to root for the Knicks. My hope is the Knicks will win every single game, but I'm also very realistic because stats matter.
I be forgetting that Randall is on these teams. I don't be hearing nothing about him. I don't know what the heck he be doing over there.
Well, it's interesting now because now he's the number 1 option again. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens because with
Ant being out.
with Ant out, Randall becomes the number 1 option. I always thought that Randall was going to be a good number 2. But Randall is the lead option. No. Randall should not be anybody's lead option. Wolves lead by 4. 9:30 to go in the third quarter. Denver trying to make a run. Right now, Nikola Jokic, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. So they've kept Jokic off the boards. And that's what you got to do with Jokic. To me, in order to beat Denver, you've got to let Jokic go off and shut everybody else down. If you make Jokic a scorer, you can beat Denver.
I can
Because
honestly, I
because
think that
Jokic wants to be a passer.
I think that Gobert been handling him pretty well during
He
this
has.
series.
He absolutely has.
I like the way he's been handling him during this series.
Julius
I feel like
Randle,
sometimes
13
he's a little
points.
touched, but he's
Jaden
doing pretty
McDaniels,
good.
13 points.
Who SA JB Jen, I would say Luca, but injury T Mac. Oh, okay. I'll go
K-Ted
with
said
that.
SGA. JB second. Cade, Luca, and Tyrese Maxey. Okay.
Oh, cool. Cool. Kind of somewhat of mine. Okay, cool.
Okay. I
I'll
mean,
go there.
it's Keisha's list just in a different order.
Yeah, just in a different order. I ain't have Chad though. Oh.
Pierre says to you, Keisha, it's not emotional, sis. Brunson was more clutch, and guess what? Stats matter. Knicks are in the second round, and the Pistons are potentially going home. That's true, but right now we're talking about individual accolades.
Individual. You still just talking about team.
Individually, the Knicks are a better team than the Pistons, and JB has more help than Cade does. That's just the reality of it. He has more. He has more help. Justice said Teddy took his list. All right, so you got the
Oh,
same
that's
list
cool.
as well.
Same list. That's kind of like the list of you too, D'Lo.
No, I
Wait.
had somebody who's injured ahead of
Oh yeah, yeah,
Maxi.
yeah. You have
I have
Halliburton.
Halliburton
Halliburton.
on my
Because
list.
everybody is touched. Everybody is touched. Some people are touched in the NBA. They are touched. Okay. Harden is touched. He's touched. He's touched. He's a little special. He's touched. Brooks is
Harden is
touched.
not good. Harden is just not good in the playoffs. He's just not good.
He swear he is because he's on the Cavaliers though. That's why.
Hard, hard.
He swear he's doing something so different. You can't tell him nothing. He swear he's doing something because he's on the Cavs. He swear he's doing something, but he's
Hopefully
really not.
Brandon Ingram is okay. I don't know what the preliminary report is for tomorrow. In fact, let me check and see if he is.
Who?
Brandon Ingram got hurt yesterday in the game against Cleveland, which is quite honestly why I believe Cleveland won that game because he got hurt in the first half and didn't return.
Oh, was it bad?
I didn't see the play, so I can't tell you. Something happened with his heel. Okay, Brandon Ingram is a game time decision for tomorrow.
And speaking of injuries, they said that KD, his injury may be Achilles, but he's not saying nothing, or where they're not saying nothing.
That's possible.
That
We'll
is
see.
possible. D'Lo, you about to close out because you tired. You
Yeah,
need to go to bed.
I'm about to close out. Yeah, I got to work tomorrow. No,
Yeah, we both got
tomorrow's
work.
May 1st. We got to, and we got all of this going on. And we've reached our quota for tonight. Listen,
Ooh, did y'all see how Angel Reese missed all her shots yesterday? God bless y'all.
you've been waiting to say that. Anyway,
I'll be waiting to see the Butler just to put it in the chat. Tell him I said it.
Bishop Heflin, listen, if Brandon Ingram is in that game, because RJ Barrett they had to run their offense through RJ Barrett in Toronto. Enough said. Again, RJ Barrett is another one who is a solid number 2. He is not a Batman. You can't run your offense through RJ Barrett. Brandon Ingram is their main scorer. Scotty Barnes, he's kind of streaky. But, ultimately, Bishop Heflin, y'all won that game because Evan Mobley showed up, finally. But if Brandon Ingram is playing, that's Evan Mobley's assignment. So things shake out a little bit differently, I think. I'm not saying that y'all would have lost, but I think it would have been a little closer than what it was. And it was still a pretty close game. I think that game might have came down to one possession if Brandon Ingram was playing. But that being said, yeah, Barnes did get hurt, but he came back. So that being said, we appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. Shout out to everybody who came on. Shout out to the New York Knicks who have advanced to the
Orange
second
and
round.
green sky. Orange and I said
Orange and
green
blue
sky.
skies. Ain't no green
My
skies in
bad.
here.
I meant
This is-
orange and blue.
no, you take that to the Hendrickson's podcast.
Orange and blue. I will not.
That
I will
green
burn
nonsense
over there.
That green nonsense, you take that over to Hendrickson's podcast.
I will burn.
We don't do green skies over here. Our skies are orange and blue.
Orange and green.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. Orange. Keisha, I'm
I'm
about to mute you.
tired.
I'm about to mute you. I'm about to mute you.
Orange and blue.
Thank you. Thank you, because you're about to get muted. You're about to get real muted just now. Bishop Efler said, I told y'all you was taking the next 2 games. Well, we'll see what happens game 6 tomorrow night as well. Pierre said, good seeing you.
Me?
Justin, yes, good seeing
Oh,
you. Yes.
nice seeing you too.
You ain't been on in a while. Justin says,
My
y'all
brothers don't
playing
love
us.
me.
I don't care. I don't know, Justin. Game 7 is a crapshoot. We'll see what happens. And in the NBA now, there's no such thing as a home court advantage anymore. We will see.
I don't think you're gonna win.
We will see. But Justin, I'll talk to you about that on Saturday after your game. I'll talk to you about that on Saturday after your game. But Knicks win 140-89, a 51-point closeout win against the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Orange and blue skies over New York City, over the Garden, all down the 95 corridor all the way to Atlanta. Shout out to Bishop J. Mack who came on, even though he on a plane flying right now. We appreciate you.
Oh, was it a plane? I thought it was a bus.
J. Mac, we appreciate you. Bishop L, as always. Superintendent Wright, as always. Shout out to all of you in the comments. Bishop Heflin, Teddy Simpson, Justin
Love y'all.
Breeden, Pastor Pierre Malin, Bishop Douglas Woodall. Who else we had? Tesfa. Everybody who was in there. Phyllis. Dre Rumble. Victor George Smith. Just everybody. Everybody. We appreciate
Dre was
you.
here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shocking.
Dre was here in the beginning. Listen, Dre came on and said, great win. I ain't got nothing negative to say.
Because it was. It was. There's nothing negative to
There's
say.
nothing negative to
You
listen,
can't say that. That was a clean game. No ref was involved, nothing. Besides that one incident with Mitch.
which we all agreed that the refs overreacted by throwing both of those guys out. It should have been double technicals and play on.
And then
'Cause
just kept it moving.
Nobody threw no punches.
No.
It was a lot of pushing and shoving. So what?
No,
It's playoff
yeah.
basketball. Give them both techs and let's play basketball.
No,
Like,
it was
throw them
clean.
both. To throw them
Yeah.
both out was ridiculous to me.
Yeah, it was clean, straight basketball. It was.
It's playoff basketball. What you want?
Yep.
It's intense. And at that point, it got away from Dyson Daniels because he's a young kid and he didn't expect his team to get BTA'd like that.
Not BTA.
BTA'd. Belts to yeah.
We going to sleep. We going to
That's what
D-Lo
it
acting
was.
up.
Listen, my brother-in-law sent me a picture of Foghorn Leghorn, the character, beating the dog like this. Like, this is what happened tonight. My brother-in-law sent me that. This is what we did to Atlanta tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, that's what it was.
It was embarrassing.
I'm not gonna say it was embarrassing. Atlanta is a young team. I'm sure they were embarrassed, but they shouldn't be because the reality is, and I think we all know this, the Knicks were always the better team. The Knicks were always light years ahead of them. They just decided to finally say, okay, let's act like it. Let's not play with our food. Let's not keep these kids around. Let's show them y'all on the up and coming, but y'all not here yet. Y'all not here yet. Sorry. And that's what you're supposed to do in the first round. You're supposed to show the young upstart, oh, you think you're ready for the big leagues? You're not quite yet.
That was cute.
Like, oh, y'all made the playoffs. That's
Aww.
cute. Now let me show you what. Now let's show you. Let us show you what playoff basketball looks like. And that's what you saw tonight. The Knicks played good, hard, clean playoff defense. They were in the passing lane. They didn't. There were. I think Atlanta got maybe 3 uncontested shots the whole night.
They did.
Cat was blocking shots off the backboard like he was Mutombo. Like, I'm like, what is happening here?
On both sides.
I'm like, it was dominance. It was total and utter dominance.
He was dominating the last time. I was like, yeah, I like this cat.
Listen, and
He
I
wasn't
said it,
zesty at all.
as Cat goes, so go the Knicks, and we've saw that the last 3 games. When Cat's intensity is on another level, the Knicks are unbeatable.
He's a beast.
He is the key. He is the key to this championship run. Whether you realize it or not, Knicks fans, and then we getting out of here for real. Karl Anthony Towns is the key to this championship run. If
Which
Karl
is the
Anthony
reason-
Towns is engaged, there's nobody that's gonna beat us.
Which is the reason why, D-Lo, sometimes I get mad at Brunson, because I said it on the post. You said it too. I was like, pass the ball to Cat, please. Yeah.
OKC doesn't have a home court advantage, Pierre. They have a ref advantage. But that's a conversation for another
We're
day.
not touching that.
But I'm interested. You weren't here. I said this to J Mac last episode, Keisha. I said, if it's the Knicks OKC in the finals, the league is not going to be able to exploit that OKC advantage, because the OKC is so hated at this point that the entire country will be rooting for the New York Knicks.
They will not be able to deal with that in Madison Square Garden.
And they're right. They will not, the refs will not be able to get away with doing that garbage.
Can you imagine? It will.
They will
y'all
not
will
get away.
turn Madison Square Garden upside down.
They will not be able to get away with that. They're gonna have to call those games evenly, and we're gonna find out who the real champion is for real. If it's Knicks OKC, because again, San Antonio has moved on as well, so we could be very well. And San Antonio has handled OKC pretty well this season, so
Sure has.
could be very interesting to see leading up to the finals. Yeah, Justin, it was a clean win tonight.
It was
clean
clean.
win by the New York
Clean.
Knicks.
Strictly.
Knicks were real life 2K tonight. Yeah, Sam.
Yeah,
they
was.
was playing 2K tonight. With
Yeah.
all the sliders up to 99. Everybody
Yeah.
was a 99 overall tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah, Ted Simpson says hind parts. Nah, B to A. Listen, she been calling Cat Zesty all season long. This is not.
I didn't think y'all heard me. I'm sorry.
She been calling Cat Zesty all.
I didn't think y'all heard me.
But we love y'all. We appreciate
We love y'all.
Next Tuesday, game 1 of the Eastern Conference second round. Will
Next
it be?
Tuesday.
Will we start in Boston at the TD Garden, or will we be starting at home against the Philadelphia 76ers?
I need Boston.
We'll find out Saturday. Y'all have a great night, everyone.
Good night,
we
y'all.
will see you. Church Guys Sports Show. We out.
The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys Sports Show. Yo, welcome to the show where the faith meets the court. Church guys repping hard, yeah, we live for the sport. From the pulpit to the bleachers, the word we endorse. Dropping dimes, preaching truth, keeping God as the source. We breaking down the play, stats, facts, and the story. Sunday to game day, all for his glory. Talking hoops, talking fields, every touchdown and shot. But we never lose sight of the faith that we got is fellowship, fire. Passion in the zone, Church Guys Sports Show. Yeah, you know we at home. Turn the volume up loud, let the good vibes flow. This is more than just a game, it's the way that we grow. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys Sports Show. The Church Guys. We're live on the podcast. A Church Guys Sports Show. From the locker room talk to the pews on a Sunday, we call our plays right, kingdom business on Monday. Faith on the field, spirit driving the grind. Every headline we drop got the word intertwined. We reppin' every team, but the banner is Christ. Breaking huddles with the desperate, yeah, we living it right. From the Knicks to the league, every stat, every score. We gon' praise, analyze, then we give God more. So tune in, locked in, let the truth be shown. Church Guys Sports Show, man, the vibe's full grown. It's the faith in the game and a powerful blend. From the tip off to the buzzer, we gon' ride to the end. The Church Guys.